New England comes into the fucking jungle and kicks them in the nuts. 16-10. See you the fuck later. I mean, it really isn't that impressive, though, overall. They ran 64 plays for 4.5 yards. I mean, the big story is they just didn't turn the ball over and ran the Bengals over. I mean, they ran 100. Listen to this stat. The Patriots ran for 170 yards compared to the Bengals 70. 10 minutes time of possession, no turnovers to the Bengals 2. I think losing, is it Reader?
Yeah,
DJ Reader to the Lions.
Tough
that was
loss.
very
And it
well
showed. It showed.
Can we throw it to Hunter for a Patriots analysis? How did you think Brissett looked?
I thought he looked exactly how I thought he was. I think he's going to be a great game manager for us. You're never going to see him pop out, in my opinion, on anything. Nothing's going to blow you away. I am blown away, and I guess you guys' D-line is very weak right now. I know that. But this is not the same Ramondre Stevenson we saw last year. This is a healthy, really had a full camp, and I really liked what I saw there. Jacoby also using his legs too. For me, the highlight of this is a man coming off the edge named Keon White. I think getting rid of Judon for that third-round pick, saving all that cap space and having him replace him. I mean, we knew Keon White was going to be good, but he is kind of turned into – this was a statement game for me. And then, yeah, honestly, I said this before we started this podcast, but to me, this is our Super Bowl. I don't think you're going to expect this week in and week out.
Yeah.
This Zach Taylor offense, some of these play calls I saw, just questioned it. I just questioned it. So, I mean, I'll give credit to us. We played well. But Connor hit it head on the nail where no turnovers. That was the story of this game. We controlled the ball. Yep. We had time of possession. We really just dominated it.
I thought that the Patriots had a really good game plan. I mean, they ran the ball, or they threw the ball in only 38% of their plays, which is way off of the 2023 league average of 56%. And the way they used the extra tackle, the way they went super heavy with the extra tackle and multiple tight end sets, and they did a really good job of scheming Dax Hill into the run game, which the reason he moved from safety to corner was because he really struggles around the line of scrimmage, mixing into the run game. So they put those extra tackles and tight ends out, add those gaps, make him – it was shocking to me how many times he had a free hit on a running back at the line of scrimmage and just totally whiffed. And Ramondre broke a lot of tackles as well. But Dax looked good in pass coverage, but never really got tested, which is my biggest problem with the way Anarumo called the game, which was his classic exotic looks, disguised coverages, mixed up blitzes, which I didn't think that the Patriots were a team you needed to do that against. I thought that Brissett never pressed the ball downfield at all.
No.
I thought that the Bengals probably liked their matchups with our defensive backs, Patriots receivers. I thought that he got way too cute. He was fucking Jordan Poole out there, like doing all this fancy shit, just like Brown style, line up and play against your man. Right. The two big examples of that were the one tight end, I don't remember his name, leaked out into the flat and had Sam Hubbard chasing him. He looked like a fucking idiot. Like, Hubbard's a versatile player, but that's not within his skill set. And then the third down on the touchdown, the one touchdown drive at the end of the first quarter, when the Bengals show double A gap and edge blitz, they show 7 blitzing, drop everybody out. The announcer was wrong. He said it was man coverage, but he was right that Brissett was able to scramble with the first down because Logan Wilson had to turn his back rather than being able to just play his zone and see where everything is at. He had to bail out of the fake blitz that is not fooling a fucking 20-year vet or whatever the hell Jacoby Brissett is that played in the Bengals division last year. Like, he's seen all this shit before. I thought that Anarumo just was doing way too much.
I think you made a really good point about his average depth of target. I mean, I would be able to go out on a limb because the stat's not out yet, but to go out on a limb and say he might have had the lowest depth of target, maybe him and Joe Burrow were fighting for it this game because.
But he was hitting those short passes right behind where the blitzes were coming. Like, he was seeing through everything that Anarumo was throwing at him. He didn't have to force the ball down the field because he was getting those 5-8 yard passes whenever he wanted.
Brisket had nothing cooking past 10 yards, brother.
That's why I'm so curious to see what because this with Brissett, I guarantee you this will be every game. Run it 2 downs, play for a short third, and then dish and dime. When you bring a guy like Drake May into this offense, you're not going to be able to do that with this guy. I don't think we'll allow him to do it. He's got too much talent, too much of an arm to be relying on a short third and dish and dime like this. So I don't. That's what, honestly, as a Patriots fan, I'm very, very concerned how we're going to try and implement Drake May into this offense because I think Gerard Mayo is going to try and live on this ground game. And Ramondre, he's already injury prone. We know it. And I don't think he can keep this pace up. But it's going to be very, very fun to see when Drake May comes in because I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, real quick, optimistically about the Bengals' run defense. Jay Tufele played really well in the second half. He didn't get to play much in the first half, but the starters on the D-line got really worn out. Tufele was our best run defender besides maybe Logan Wilson. And the one bright spot, I talked to Luke about this before, is Sam Hubbard playing tackle during obvious passing downs. The one sack we had was Hubbard at tackle running a game with Wilson, and he drew 2 blockers, and Wilson came totally free. So I think once Murphy's back, because of size so terrible, if you're able to get a halfway decent pass rusher on the edge and let Sam Hubbard play tackle and not fucking linebacker and covering the flat, that's going to help our defensive line a lot. So a little bit of
Marius
optimism.
Mims back. Trent Brown's washed.